Gonna get some energy for the earth signs. Spirit, give me some energy for the earth signs. The message that you have for the gifts to them. Any information that you need them to know. Just gonna pull 3 cards, and I'm gonna pull from. Not gonna do one from each of my oracle deck. I'm just gonna choose a core card because that's like your core issues. I want to see what your core issues is connected to these cards that I picked. Okay. The Son of Coins holds a farmer's almanac, and he consults as an astrology. He consults an astrology chart hanging on the wall of his cabin. He's meticulously timing the planting and cultivation of every seed, literally and metaphorically, for best results. Astrology charts like this one is very widely available to root workers with the advent of spiritual supply catalogs. An example of this may be seen in the film Carmen Jones, starring Dorothy Dandridge and Harry Belafonte. The Son of Coins reminds us about the importance of thorough planning, using all means of your disposal to ensure the most successful outcome. The motto is, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. On a positive side, he is grounded, stylish. He sets realistic goals. He values education and is at home in the body and in the comfort of others. The negative side, you could be overwhelming, unfocused, obsessive, entertains poverty consciousness, feels guilty about having money, being comfortable and being privileged. In this reading, basically, it's in the positive, so you're grounded. And if you're not grounded, you're obsessive, so it's time to change. Ground yourself, meditate. The next one is Two of Sticks, which is the Two of Wands. The man in the card depicts Dr. Sandy Jenkins, the root worker who gave Frederick Douglass a root to protect him from being abused by a sadist overseer. Douglass was never bothered by the man again. Here, Sandy is shown gazing out of the St. Miles River in Maryland. The positive side is this: you're planning for the future. You have good partnerships with people. You're speaking your mind. You're being progressive. You have new inventions. You're very ambitious. You're deciding to travel, or you're moving overseas. And the negative, you've maybe some plans have been canceled. You're feeling stuck in a rut. You're feeling tortured. You have fear, a lot of fears for changing, and you're suddenly being removed or replaced from someone's space, or maybe someone's life, somebody replacing you with somebody else. So basically just be mindful of both sides if you're experiencing either or, the negative or the positive. It's basically, these readings basically just keep you on your toes for everything that could occur or has occurred or in the future will. Dr. Buzzard is the Justice card. He's Dr. Buzzard is standing in front of courthouse, laughing joyously after winning a case for a client. Behind him is Lady Justice, wearing a Congo witch doctor mask similar to the one that Dr. Buzzard's father would have worn in Africa. This card symbolizes domination and being a law unto oneself. Instead of the sword, Lady Justice is holding a bouquet of galangos, the common name for chewing John root, because she now works for Dr. Buzzard and this is his weapon. He is showing you the piece of the root in the order in the other hand, in which Lady Justice usually holds the scale. There is nothing because his way is the only option. Instead, the scales are put to better us collecting Dr. Buzzard's cigarette ashes. So, the justice, like everything else, a social construct that is defined by those in power. A majority of Americans' justice is equated with courts, law enforcement, politicians, and maybe even karma. This is not the case for woodworkers, as historically, when Black Americans have sought justice, all they find is just us. As the old saying goes, so if someone had a problem, they sought out a root worker to help them solve it. By getting this card, it's basically saying what would be fair. What would be a fair way to resolve the issue? Did you do something wrong? If no, don't worry about it. If yes, then you're about to pay the price. Did someone or something wrong do wrong to you? If no, don't worry about it. If yes, then they've set the will for justice in motion against themselves. Have you taken responsibility for your own choices that you've made? If something is forgivable, then forgive. If not, now what? If revenge is taken for an offense, will you regret that? Will you regret that you did it once you've calmed down? If so, then chill out and move on. It's like some things is not that serious. Sometimes it's basically saying that you overdo stuff. Conflict is not always the way. Like resulting in conflict, being negative, that's for the birds. Like basically when or if a situation consumes you, that means that situation has control over you. You have the power to control whatever happens or goes on in your life. You could prevent everything. You could prevent things and you could bring things into your life. That's why you got to be careful what you say and speak. Just try to, manifest positive stuff. Just speak positive and do positive things. Because, like, when you resort to things in a negative way, you think, oh, I'm good. No, in the end, it come back. That's why they have karma. And I'm going to pull a core card because I want to see that one came out. I will pull one more just for the sake of it. I'm going to do a projection card. And then that'll be it. since that one. But that did sure did pop out. Okay. Avarice. 67. All right. Okay. That card is usually understood as the end, but this is an unscientific position that we continue to perpetrate because we become emotionally attached to specific forms and specific ways. Most of us have heard that matter cannot be created or destroyed, but that is of little importance when we are grieving what such short time ago was present that suddenly has become the past. So if people know all matter is immortal, then what is the source of our pain and longing? The source of our pain and longing is whatever we accepted to be accurate in relation in time and space. This is why death hurts us so much. Getting this card basically is asking, the question is, are you focused on how much more you could have received instead of how much you haven't already? Do you believe you can lose what was truly yours? What would you want others to feel and learn from your interaction with them if you were the one who died or otherwise had to move on? Make sure make peace with any mistakes you've made and prove that you have learned from those mistakes by agreeing not to entertain thought patterns that resulted in the choices to do what you did if a similar situation presents itself in the future. Doing this will make your focus on the best aspects of your ever prevent experience by permitting the lessons learned to make you a better person. Like, basically saying, like, sometimes the evil way or the way that you've known forever or what you was taught is not the way to go all the time. Sometimes you have to think about what's the best choice for you to make, or what should you do outside of what you was taught, especially if you were taught things that weren't of godly or just I mean, I'm not gonna, if I know that I see my parents are stuck in the same cycles, or my any family member or even friend just stuck in the same cycle, I'm not going to take the advice from them. I'm going to try to do something different, or I'm going to try to get a more positive outcome from it because I don't want to repeat what I've already seen. It won't help at all doing that. Okay, avarice is the smashed vessel represents haste to acquire something and or greed. The desire for more than you need is a direct result of failing to self-define success. Instead, we erroneously seek to apply prepackaged definitions and ideals of love, romance, health, wealth, and happiness, even if an individual will require less than what we're told by external forces we should want. Didn't I just say that? Like, the things that we've taught, sometimes we have to break away from it because this world is all about learning new things. There's different things. There's a lot of things that was here before our time that we don't know about. It's time for us to read about those things and like just basically get familiar with that and new things, or bring back those old things into the new. If everyone honestly assessed what they truly needed instead of concerning themselves about what others might think about it, the world would be a much better place. And results of democratic desiring or exhaustions, frustration, exploitation, waste, and feeling an emptiness that persists no matter how much we have or who we possess in our circles. Identify your principles, identify your standards on every level, then make choices and plans that support your ideals. The great, be thy great or small. Then you will discover what is and is not absolutely essential for you to be, do, or have to live comfortably and contently in the world. Once you've identified the non-essentials, you will no longer scrape, beg, claw, rob, humiliate, or destroy just to acquire or hold on to the things that, upon discovery, never really mattered to you in the first place. This card is basically warning you that you might be seeking more than what is necessary to be satisfied. You're advised to realign yourself and what is important to you to make sure your beliefs, ways, and actions reflect that. This card is also warning you against imposing your principles and standards on someone else. Respect the facts that their needs may be different from others, which is exactly right. Most of the time, a lot of our parents and or not, don't want to say ancestors, because our ancestors are completely different. They want us to, explore things as far as our ancestors. But like our parents who are here and relatives, they always want us to, well, this is what my grandmother said and this how I was raised. But everything is not going to be the same. We can't raise our children how our parents did, because this is a new time and everything is different. You have to be cautious about a lot of things and so forth and so on. So basically, get it together, because it's like a mixture of things going on here, and it's basically reflecting to yourself. So it's basically time to work on yourself. Work on yourself, be a better you, take on some new things, read about some things that you don't have no understanding on. Take the time out, focus, get rid of distractions. And this is basically what Spirit is leading me to tell you. Okay. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you can hear when I post readings. And right now I have a special going on for personal readings for 11/11. You can email me for inquiries as well. Everything is in the description box below. Have a good night.